in Forest Park. Can you guys tell I'm very excited to be here? I'm here on the stage at the Muny. I'm going to be joined by the CEO and President, Denny Reagan, in just a little bit, and we're going to take you a little backstage tour. And I'm really happy to be here. When I was 5, I tried out to be here. I didn't make it. So I'm fulfilling all my childhood dreams right now. Come along with me. Let's have some fun. Reliving all my childhood fantasies up here on the Muny stage. So I always wanted to be like talented in some way, and I'm not. So you can dance with me, and since it's a cloudy day, a little Annie. The sun'll come out tomorrow. I'm losing it. This is me singing on the Muny stage. I caught up with President and CEO Denny Reagan of the St. Louis Muny. I am so happy to finally have got you down for an interview, Denny.
It took a little while, but here we are finally.
Here we are. Now, this is kind of your farewell, if you will. Well, you're retiring at the end of this season?
I am, yes. I've been President and CEO of the Muny for the last 30 years. This will be my 31st season, as a matter of fact, but I've worked at the Muny since 1968, so this will be my 54th season at the Muny, and as of December 31st, I will be retired, but I will still be on as a senior advisor to the Muny, so I'm really, really glad that the board's going to allow me to do that.
Well, let's kind of go back to that. You started here when you were 16, kind of on cleanup crew, correct?
Yeah, it was on cleanup crew, that's exactly right. What we would do is we'd come in at 6 o'clock in the morning, we'd clean up the theater, after the performance the night before, get out of here before the sun got too hot, hopefully by 9 or 10 o'clock, and that was the first job I had.
Let's talk about this season, because as the season is set in stone because, you know, COVID,
right.
Everything changed, everything, but you are opening,
yes.
Things are going to happen,
yes.
Tickets are being sold,
yes.
People will be here. Is that exciting for you to get over something? I mean, we're not really over it, but to deal with something like a pandemic and then be able to see this fill up again?
Yeah, well, I'd say what's exciting to me is just to get the theater open again, for whatever reason. Opening night at the Muny is always an incredibly exciting evening. I mean, when you see the people come in and the excitement they have because they're going to reconnect now with all the people that they've known for decades in some cases, right, that sit in the seats next to them. And the fact that they were apart for an entire summer, that reunion this year is going to be really, really special.
It's going to be, like I keep saying, magic, the Muny magic.
It will be magic.
And let's talk about some of that Muny magic, because you guys did some renovations over, I guess you guys really started in 19 and then kind of completed them before the opening of this season.
That's right.
Like, walk me through some of those.
Right here where we're standing, I mean, this is a brand new stage. We've got so much technology incorporated into this stage. So I guess what I'd say is that when you come to the Muny now, you are coming to a completely renovated facility. What we did is we had a capital campaign, and so far, it's a $100 million goal. So far, we've raised $87 million. And we've put so far $52 million into the facility. So there's new seats that were put in a few years ago, but we have new concession areas. We concentrated on the public amenities at first, but then what we did is we moved to the stage. So what you see here are all new trees, which are really the icons, and in my opinion, they're the soul of the Muny, the trees. So the trees are back. We've got the giant LED board. We have all new lighting equipment, all new spotlights, tracking in the stage, turntables. So all the latest technologies is incorporated into the stage. And then what we did in this past off season during the COVID time is we completely rebuilt all our support facilities. So when you start getting into the wardrobe department, the scenic artist shops, the set shops, the sound studios, all that's been brand new. So what I'm saying is the Muny is ready for the 100th, for the next century, I should say.
And that's going to be what everybody wants to hear, because everybody loves their Muny magic and wants to keep coming back. What is it, the largest outdoor
musical theater
in the country?
In the country, yeah. Possibly in the world.
Which is huge.
Yeah, it is.
That's right here
in Forest Park.
We should
be proud of that, yeah.
St. Louis, our own backyard. And I did hear that you were kind of part of making sure that we brought that Muny magic back, because for a while in the 70s and 80s, they were booking more touring shows.
Yes.
And you decided to make it go back to the original and produce your own right here.
Yeah, it just didn't seem to be making sense. I mean, we had this huge stage, and what you do is when you bring in a touring show, they're brought in to play in a space That's much smaller, let's just say that. And what we can do though, we've got this 90-foot opening, 95-foot opening. They typically play in a 40-foot opening. So that's when we could really expand on the scope of the shows. We could put 100 kids in them, 50 kids and 25 teens or whatever it was. We can have the Clydesdales come out on the stage with a real stagecoach. We can just do things much larger than any other theater can. So that's what makes the Muny somewhat special.
So, in full disclosure, Denny was a friend of my family, actually a friend of my papa, who passed like 21 years ago. And these were where my papa had his season tickets, and we would come sing all of our show tunes. And when Denny came out, he called me Frenchie. So, Frenchie is a nickname my papa really was the only person to call me growing up. So, I'm just really happy to be back here in the Muny, and I've decided that these are the best seats in the house, right here. Oliver, never before has a boy wanted more. I hope you guys had as much fun on this backstage tour at the Muny as I did. I kind of got to live out all my childhood fantasies, and just looking up into all these seats, this is huge. So make sure you take in a show here at the Muny, the largest outdoor musical theater in the country. It was also super nice of Denny Reagan to join me for a little interview. As far as that goes, make sure you follow the Muny on their social media networks, take in a show, and then make sure you follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram to be keeping it right here on STL TV and Experience St. Louis. I'll see you next time.